we can group these inequality symbols into two. The first group and then the second group. So let's write them. How am I grouping them? I'm grouping them with either they have a line below or they don't. Right. The second group will be less or equal to and greater or equal to. Right. Now, here we go. We need to know what will happen when we are on the number line. Right? When we are on the number line, what will happen? How would I write the interval notation? Right? When I'm writing the interval notation, how would I write that? Of course, we could have used also the linear programming here, but we don't see that in South Africa here. But for others who are doing a Cambridge and other, other parts, let me just put it here so that we just know in linear programming, which means the shading of the unwanted region and things like that. When we are on the number line, we use an open dot. But when we have a line below, we shade that dot. Easy, right? When we are on the number line and we are using this, we see that there is no a line below, then we use an open dot. But if there is a line below, then we need to shade it. In interval notation, we need to use open interval. We call it open interval when you use these brackets. But when we are here, we use square brackets. Like this is called closed interval. Whenever you are also using negative infinity or infinity, the side that has negative infinity and infinity, you always use this part, right? When you are writing the interval notation, you need to know that you use this part. We have an example, x is greater than 2. The number is greater than 2. Okay, we want to list them. So let's say just say write x then is equal to, we are just listing them. Let's say we are dealing with integers, right? So that it works well. If you don't understand what integers are, these are negative and positive whole numbers, which means we don't want commas, right? So which values of x are we going to have here? We're just listing here. There's nothing we are doing. That's why I use the curly brackets here. So do we need to? No, we don't need to, because there is no and equal to. If there is a line here, it means that whatever we have here, we also need it. So we start at 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, where are we going to? We are going up to infinity, all the way up to infinity. On the number line, we'll just come and we have our number line. And we come on, we have 2, for example, we have 5. I'm just putting random numbers on the number line, but the number that is very important is 2. On top of 2, what am I going to write? A shaded dot or an unshaded dot. You can rewind back and you see that we said that when it is a shaded, when it is without a line below, we use an unshaded dot. So we use unshaded dot. We don't shade it. We only shade it if there is a line below that symbol. So it's saying x is greater. So which side of 2 is greater? Is to the right. So you just put your arrow pointing to the right. This is x is greater than 2. For interval notation, we are also looking at this and you say x is an element of, make sure that this one we use an open interval bracket, this one. Then we start at 2 up to what? Up to infinity, because we are keeping on going until we get to infinity. Infinity is not a number, but we are saying we are getting as bigger as we don't know. Then we also close it right here. Another example would be x is less or equal to 3. What did we say we start by doing?